Despite being marketed as a sport glider, whatever that means, this glider does awesome aerobatics, and I'm not gonna fly it any other way. Hey there, I'm John, this is Two Brothers RC, and this is the Kavan Pulse Aerobatic Glider. So let's dive into it, but just a quick reminder, I don't do glider reviews with a scoring system. I just show what I can make them do and go over what it's got and what it don't, and let you make up your own mind as usual. If you need a used airplane salesman to tell you what to buy, you've come to the wrong place. Let's start by giving you my actual opinion of the Kavan Pulse. I was informed that I might not like this glider compared to other ones that I've flown, and those people who said I wouldn't like it are very wrong. I love it. I love that it does pop tops. I love that it does snap rolls and the flat spins. I love that this video is going to make butthurt glider people come in to complain in our comments section because we didn't soar it at 400 feet in circles, despite having clearly stated that this video is about aerobatics in the title and thumbnail. Imagine clicking on something you'll know you'll hate and then complaining about watching something you didn't like. What did they mean by that? The world may never know. This glider flies super aggressive, and that's why I love it. Maybe a little too aggressive, actually. An aileron control horn popped out and had to be re-glued using medium CA at the field. Then I continued ripping it up afterward. It looks like Kavan used that bathroom caulk stuff instead of actual glue on the control horns, so maybe consider just pulling yours out and gluing them with medium CA like the Starbond glue that I used here. After you redo the control horns on the ailerons, you've got very little to worry about. Starbond CA will hold up to anything you make this plane do. And speaking of things it can do, you can set up the flaps to operate as full span ailerons too. You don't even have to reposition the servo arm because it's already set to the neutral point for you. Just reposition the push rod so that the flap is flush with the wing at the midpoint of the servo travel. Then read the manual and find the signal wire for each flap in the ribbon connector, plug it into the receiver, and use the setup file on our Discord server. Boom, you've got full span ailerons. Full span ailerons significantly improve the roll rate and makes the pulse way more enjoyable for pop tops and spins, the kind of stuff I enjoy doing. So if you're into the idea of making glider people angry like I am, this is something you should consider doing. All of the flying seen here was done on SMC 2700 HV3 4-cell packs. I never actually buggered up the packs at any point despite being an idiot and forgetting to install voltage telemetry. Flights averaged 6 to 8 minutes with aggression, and the packs came down at about 3.7 volts per cell. I think that's a pretty sweet deal for having forgot to use voltage telemetry, and speaking of great deals, check out today's sponsor. Ace Combat 8 is coming out soon, and if you like Ace Combat merch like I do, that's where JP Fans comes in. It's a proxy buying service like others you may have heard of, but they make it possible to get your favorite exclusive fighter jets meets anime merch on the quick. This ADF-01 Falcon acrylic stand is just one of many items you can snag from Mercari Japan. Or some other Japan exclusive items like this amazing bag featuring original manga art from my favorite artist, Naoko Takeuchi. JP Fans makes it super easy to buy what you want, and they take exceptional care of your packages too, even showing you exactly what they look like when they arrive at the warehouse and what they look like when they're boxed up and sent over to you. Sign up for JP Fans using our invite code, and you'll get $86 worth of shipping vouchers to make it easy to ship your favorite stuff right back to your house. Show off what you got on our Discord server too. With regard to fit and finish, we actually forgot to film that at the field, so here's a close-up of it in the hangar. The hinges are all H-style plastic hinges, which is fantastic. Unlike a certain foam airplane company that sells grossly overpriced but lightweight airframes, Kavan actually uses enough glue on the hinges so that they don't come out. Despite that, one of the control horns did pop out in flight, as I mentioned earlier, but that's not a hinge, so not really what we're talking about. That is unfortunate, but sometimes shit happens. That's why I tell you about it and what you can do to fix it, rather than just complaining impotently like the people who come in to watch glider aerobatics and then get mad about it. The foam quality on this bird is pretty nice, and so is the paint scheme in my view. What I didn't care for is how it's assembled at the field. Getting the wings screwed together through the fuselage is an ordeal, and it definitely did not want to go together easily with just me assembling it. After the first assembly, it wasn't so hard, but maybe mine was just slightly different than yours will be. Who knows? Either way, I vastly prefer the assembly method of the Crescendo 2-meter as opposed to this one. Taking off is as simple as any other glider that I've flown. It's most similar to the Avios Cobas because it's light, so hand tossing it is actually really simple. What takes more finesse, per the norm for anything that flies, is bringing it down safe. It does like to float forever. You can set up crow or full span flaps to help with this, but I didn't bother with either on this setup. I just slipped it a lot and landed it with flaps, and it landed without any real complaints for me. It comes installed with pretty nice servos for its size and class, and they're both responsive and torquey enough to throw this thing around. At no point during the flying did the motor burn up, unlike the FMS Fox 3000mm that I flew before, which kinda shit the bed while aggressively pushing it. Granted, it wasn't meant to fly like that, but it is 2026. Motors should not be burning up on you, and this one certainly does not. Flying like this will make it hot to the touch, but it doesn't suffer for it, which is great. I imagine you'll be able to rip around with it even more as we start cooling down here in the Northern Hemisphere. Likewise, the ESC did not show any signs of overheating, nor did the servos give me any trouble at all either. It's a pretty solid airframe for $379, and it should last a long time if you take care of it. Is it worth the money? That ultimately depends on you. I paid with time instead of money, so I made an in-depth video about the airplane and found myself enjoying it quite a bit. Overall, I think it's worth considering, but only you can determine if it's right for you. Here's the gyro gains that have been tuned for this aircraft. These are throttle-based gains, so you'll definitely want to set up a throttle curve mix to govern them. Do not fly it without that mix. This can be done using the info in the NX radio tutorial linked below. I did stabilize the flaps in the roll axis, which makes for super snappy rolls. Look below at the AS3X Plus tutorial to see how to do that. And if it's confusing at all, hop on Discord via discord.gg/2brosrc to ask for help. If you like it and what you see here, pick it up via the link in the description below. Your purchases help support what we do here at Two Brothers RC at no additional charge to you, and we really appreciate the support. Speaking of support, huge thanks goes out to our channel members on twobrosrc.com/supporters. A very special thanks as always goes out to our mega fans: Sarasota RC Squadron, Michael Smith, JR Man, Todd, N411X, Jeff Baker, High Alpha Guta, Polly1717, T Walker 88154, and Scotty Doesn't Know, along with our Ultra fans, TBRC Fan, and FS Radio Control. You guys kick so much ass, and it's getting harder to say all of this in one breath. Be sure to swing by twobrosrc.com and pick up some of your favorite TBRC merch. Coming up soon will be the Eurofighter Typhoon version 2, more like version 4, from Freewing. Yes, we picked it up with your help, and I put it through absolute hell and back, just so you can see what it's capable of. See you guys next week. To finish this entire video off, here's the last flight where I pushed it as hard as I could. No voiceover, just the plane and what I can make it do. Enjoy.